What's the deal, chat? What's the dealio? The deal, dilly. Chat. What's the deal? What's the deal? Who in here with me? Who in here with me? All right. You ready to jump into this? Game about the game and overcame this here for whip game bunk. Monster truck remind him of something. All right. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into this. And easy bake and VV's make. The presidential look like strawberry shortcake. Imagine a Rolls Royce crashed in me unscratched in that billionaire boys club fashion. Huh? My niggas is clones. I had no style like ice cream cones. Out of here. That's for real. My gas is real. SL5 is looking like the Batmobile. Chrome lips with the matching wheels. Oh, y'all dudes is an act for real.
No, I don't think Will's
Where the media?
Boom. That's that. All right. Let's jump into this Kantiana.
We got content.
and Spody face is gonna have to crawl back. You gotta remember,
What's up, fool?
they let it get to their head and they be thinking they more than what they is. Like you hear Ant be talking about he's a celebrity and all this. This should be hilarious to me, right?
Right.
But I get a
Now that is true. None of us are celebrities. We just kind of popular sometimes.
niggas a first class ticket to Miami. They get off the plane, niggas gonna walk past them niggas like they the janitor at McDonald's.
Right.
But when they leave that platform, they quickly see, oh shit. Oh my, okay, wait, hold on. Oh man, where's the no more of that interaction?
It ain't
And
there.
they gotta go back.
Yeah, they got to go back. I mean, I've been said they was going back. I knew
They
they was
gotta
going
go
back.
back. This Munchie Beast, second, third time. They
Yeah,
gotta go back. That shit don't work. That's they own. That's and what they not realizing is it really ain't build them. It's just sustaining whatever it is once they there. It ain't build them at all.
Wack. What you think about that lineup I got up there?
Well, you
That
got to remember
that'll be the podcast. Adam getting them all back together right now.
all what I'm telling you is every last one of those individuals tried their hand and it didn't work.
For sure.
Yeah, that's true. It didn't work, and now they all back had no jumper.
Sure. They had to come
Every
back.
last one of them. Munchie B probably had the most. Munchie B had the best shot at something working.
Sustaining itself.
But was what he realized is the other show don't do nothing, right? The
Right.
Alex Alonso shit.
Yeah, that's not doing nothing for
It
him.
don't do nothing. So then his show, he starts to realize that he's losing topics to talk about because he ain't on no jump.
Yeah, that's true. Munchie B's not on no jumper. All he does is argue with people.
Planting the seeds for the topics to spin off and talk about.
Right. He ain't got no talking point.
So now you're forced to talk about Jalise and people get tired. Wag. See, when Wack stopped responding, it looks crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I get busy and get to doing other shit sometime and don't even see it, right? I get on start talk about the camels that invaded Detroit, and people gonna listen. They gonna say something whether they like it or not. But dude, I hate to say it, you're just a petty local gang member.
You talking about Munchie B?
All of them.
Yeah.
This is a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's what you are.
They local jokers.
That's it, bro. And the local people, they pay attention to it, but they don't.
Right, because it ain't
So would you guys say that Munchie B is a local joker or is he an international player? What do y'all think?
100% of the local people.
No, yeah, they don't. So
It's only a small percentage.
Oh yeah, they gotta go back over there. They have no choice.
Baby Shooter, what up, bro?
What's happening with it, gang?
They ain't got no choice. You gotta remember, they ain't got a backyard that Vlad go show up to.
Bro, we don't care about Vlad going to your house. That's stupid.
Yeah, they don't.
Level because he has a different level of cachet. It's
Yeah, I'm not. I tell them niggas, man, I'm not you niggas. I am not you niggas, man. At all, none of you. I'm not you, Munchie B. You a failed gangbanger. What you mean? Well, your ass got caught. You lost your eyesight. You nigga, you failed. Anybody that got their ass caught and fell victim to gangbanging, whether you caught an L, lost your life, end up in a wheelchair, lost your eyesight, right? The only thing we kind of accept is nigga went to jail, got out, and he's still here. He's still in the game. Any of that shit, you's a failed game. I'm sorry, nigga. That's what it is. You game over. It ain't no different playing nigga Pac-Man, nigga. Game over. That's it.
And really, you could see at this point in time, gang members is really a detriment to the community.
Bro, that shit is over with.
Yeah, it's not really adding to the community.
Nigga. You see what's going on? What happened down there in the Park Villages?
Yeah,
it's
that was bad business.
People was looking at that shit like, what is this?
Yeah, like, come on, man. This don't make no sense.
Nobody cares about that shit. It ain't even the business bad for business. The record labels was the last people to embrace it.
And they don't walk that. They don't walk that.
They don't want nothing to do with it.
And you know what? To a certain, and YouTube really.
Now, here's back and forth with that. If you don't want to be involved with the gang aspect, you don't want to be involved with this level of pettiness in our space, you just got to separate yourself. But at the same time, too, a lot of dudes realize once they separate themselves, they have nothing to talk about but this.
With it no more.
They don't care. They care less about it.
Yeah, they don't want it no more.
These niggas is restricted. Listen to me. These niggas, is how you know it's over with. For 2 weeks, they talked about baby shooter in the county jail.
Right.
That means you have nothing else to talk about. Mm-hmm. Why? Because their mind, their ear, or their reach is limited. It's limited to what they can talk about.
Right. Horizon's not vast enough. Don't know enough. Ain't been enough. Ain't been on enough planes. Yeah.
And right here, and then I heard that Jefe say, Project Boy, you talking to Wack. Wack is the blood. Hey, homie, my brother got killed. You hear something? Who your brother at the taco shit? Shit, that's what they saying. I don't know. Niggas is trying to put it on. Shit, I don't know. This other nigga, well, Wack, I got the video. You got a video? What it look like? Let me check it and see. Oh, that's your brother got hit.
So, Wack, did they send you the video or did
they sent me the video? Bro, you got to remember first they were saying.
So I guess Project Bo sent Wack the video.
Wack had to get the video from the police. That started about
right.
How the first, right?
Right.
Then they realized, like I said, nigga, the Pablos is the one sent me the video, nigga. Mm-hmm. Stupid ass, dumb ass nigga. They got the video. How they got it, I don't know. But nigga, like I told that, your brother just got hit. Your homies was on that FaceTime. Homie, what you think? Think it was them niggas? Man, I don't know about that. Heard the nigga beat a nigga over here. Then he this nigga bitch. That's what niggas do. Niggas
oh yeah.
Don't try
That's what I told niggas like this. I said, listen, What if they put a camera in everybody's living room? Because nigga, when that shit was going on, everybody was talking about that shit.
Nigga, what are you talking about, nigga? That nigga is 2 dot moves and
Yeah, now all that kind of stuff does hit the light. It does hit the light fairly rapidly.
engage in a FaceTime conversation. We wasn't on the podcast. We wasn't on. We niggas too. Hey man, what you think? What you hearing? This is what the streets do.
Yeah, that's what the streets do. And they're gonna break it down, try to see who slid, who
All
was
that.
it, what you hear. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, that's just how it go down.
Man, a nigga hit me the next day. Hey, Wack, what up? Hey man, you know, we hit a nigga baby shooter was over here trying to creep on some shit. Over where? The night of 4th of July. You lie. He was at Game Spot and he came to my house. You're lying. Nigga didn't leave me till 2:30 in the morning. You're lying.
Right.
Oh, is that right? On Paul Roos, right here in my backyard. You're lying. And then when he left with Blueface. So I'm telling you, you're lying. Whoever telling you that's cap. Oh, okay, sure.
Now, here's the thing, too. Baby Shooter and his big homie went on no jumper, and Baby Shooter definitely had to break down a lot of things, and he had to sit there looking completely humiliated and embarrassed while he got a DP. Well, not got a DP, but his DP was a subject of conversation.
We can scratch that.
Yeah, and I thought it was bad minutes how you tried to use Jefe name.
Oh, Jefe ain't did nothing.
Yeah. You know,
Jefe did he was using his name for the clout.
Yeah, because little dude, he going everywhere. I mean, he's shining. I seen him up here with some little kids in Fontana. He on the rise. You know what I'm saying?
Jefe did shit. He make nigga. Wait, hold on. What you talking about, bro? Jefe ain't did shit. I'm on Jeff phone. Jeff over there playing a video game or some shit. He don't know what's going on.
Right. How do I know what another nigga is saying to another nigga on the phone? Then when Project Bo got up there last night, he even cleared it up even more. Like, you know what I'm saying, nigga? How you know what we talking about? We ain't talking about you on the phone. And then on top of that, bro, you on the police's phone talking about this.
Ah, that's real shit, bro. He popping Jap name so much. I'm like, nigga, do you know how obvious your clout chase look? You popping it. This man ain't even in the conversation.
Right. He ain't even in the content space. You know what I'm saying? He just
nigga, like, come on, bro.
Yeah, really didn't
crazy.
make no
And then he like, yeah, you know, niggas reading police reports and speak. Bro, did you forget the recipient of today
topic?
Is this person. This person. What you talking about?
Yeah, right.
So everybody can be a recipient but you.
Right. Yeah, ain't no fun when a rap.
Everybody can be a hot topic, but Young and Jefe.
Get the gun.
It's wild, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy, man, because even with the timeline, like, why would you even associate yourself? If nobody said your name, why would you insinuate that somebody is talking about you if you don't want to be talked about in that light?
That's real. He better hope. Listen, I hope he ain't dumb enough to have been over there, because now them people gonna go right over there. They gonna take his cell phone and check them towers.
Yeah.
You didn't put the light on yourself, dummy.
Right. Yeah, that's why I said, damn, I don't know if bro got no uncles, no aunties, no mama, no daddy. Somebody as an elder need to talk to that young man. Tell him, hey, man, you need to get off this telephone, bro.
You in there for a gang-related murder, nigga. And you in there talking about who you is. You a member. You on the top notch. You got to say so. And this nigga, you are painting yourself to be exactly what they need you to be in court.
Hey, baby shooter, I thought you responded perfectly too, bro, when you said, hey, my crib might not be where yours is at, nigga, but I'm this and I'm that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now, you guys know that Young and Jefe is gonna have something to say to this. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he have anything to say to this? You guys are making this whole conversation about him, and it's kind of dry. So we're gonna get up out of here in a second. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more of this conversation, but it's kind of dry. Young and Jefe is for sure gonna have something to say about it, because why wouldn't he? You guys are making him the subject of your conversation, the subject of your content, and y'all know that he's finna jump on the phone and say something. But Wack think that he masterminded something, because I would gather, that Wack is doing this on purpose in order to provoke Young and Jefe into saying something.
Hey, he leveling himself up on the eyes of the law.
Nigga, you went to the feds for keister and pills. Okay? All right, I got some homies right now. I got some homies right now, nigga, that if you jump out on them with a pistol, they gonna throw their hands up and try to whoop your ass. That's what they do. They ain't, I can hand them a pistol and they ain't gonna touch it. And I got some other niggas that ain't gonna ball their fists up. You could be 4'3". They gonna gun your ass down. So you just got to know who you dealing with.
Yeah, you gotta know who you dealing with. What you dealing with.
I got some other homies who ain't gonna gun you down, who ain't gonna fight you. They gonna be.
All right, so this is dumb. We finna get up out of here. Wack is just pretty much trying to antagonize Young and Jefe until a response. There's no real conversation being had here. There's no real content being had here. There's no real subject matter. This is just Wack saying and doing little things that he know is going to upset Young and Jefe, so he will be provoked into a response. Not really the best way to start a Saturday, but y'all know the deal, man. We're going to continue on because this right here is dumb. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Chat, I feel like he's just trying to provoke Young Ann into a response, and this is just stupid. Like, who cares? I don't want to listen to this for 45 minutes as he's doing that. You feel me? All right, let me see. All right, let's get into this.
You
don't want to go in that tank. Whole time you get in is become
they doing normally in they everyday.
All right, man. So over the weekend, a gentleman from 107 Hoover lost his life on Vermont early Saturday morning, late Friday night. It was around midnight. He was on Vermont, and it was a crazy powing that took his life. So we finna jump into this content to see exactly what's going on.
Life.
With the scare tactics, fool is becoming before you don't want to hit the tank on Hoover. Try to do. Where you from? Walk through the bars. Scared, like, oh, I want to go in that tank. Whole time you get in there, Whoopo Groove. I don't even be there.
Let's get to this video right here. I guess that.
Yeah, now this is a situation from over the weekend where they're saying that he was unalived in retaliation for a situation that happened a few years ago. If you're from the LA area, you know about the unalivement of KP that caused a 100-day and 100 nights fiasco within the South Los Angeles area. That situation spread rapidly through the LA area through rumors and all that kind of stuff. And can you read my charger, please, babe? Yes, no. And it was spread through the LA area. There was a lot going on, but it was at the hands of what they said was the Hoovers who had taken the life of a gentleman from Rolling Honey Crips. So they saying that this dude right here, who was unalive, was one of the culprits, and he actually got off with a manslaughter, and he was able to, get back on the streets. And here he is now a year later, and he has lost his own life.
They figured out who the guy was. I did a clipping of this on one of my videos yesterday, and this one is Killer Clock from 107 Hoover, unalive last night.
So, and again, even his name is disrespectful to the block Crips coming out the Rolling Hundreds. So again, with just that type of name, Killer Blank, you would see that he may not be the most loved person by his opposing faction.
After being released last year for the murder of KP, I remember seeing him online as well. Let's go over and see what they talking about on Respectable Rants. Let's go.
Hey, sir. Not my brother. He's not my brother. He's not my brother.
So here's the thing. The music is, very somber, but at the same time, too, you do have to remember that he was a part of taking the life of KP. So, when it comes to the situation of God bless everybody and everybody involved, but karma knows no expiration date when you play in a certain type of game.
The investigation started just after this morning, but homicide detectives with the LA County Sheriff's Office made it clear early on they had a lot of work to do.
Not my brother. He's not my brother. He's not my brother.
All right, we're gonna stop it there before they continue with this video. When y'all look at these type of videos and y'all see these dudes on here, it's always the videos when they, in their best light, showing them. When they doing good, they never show them when they out there in the street life. We all come from the streets.
I mean, no disrespect intended, but your name is Killer Blank. You know what I'm saying? So if your whole name and your whole energy is directed towards the antagonization of your opposing factors, to where your name is Killer blah blah blah, seems like you're welcoming and wanting a certain type of energy.
And it's a game that we all sign up for, and we know what's going to happen pretty much. All of us, when we, get into the streets and join our communities, we all know what we sign up for. So when you see this kind of stuff, it make you look, you look at it, you sad, but then you get to thinking about it from the street perspective. I'm not saying from everybody else. And then it dawns on you like, man, this, when you see them throwing the middle finger up to hoods, we already know what we sign up for, man. Rest in peace to this cat, man.
In today's video, we're going to be talking about Killer Clock, aka Box from 107 Hoover, and we're going to break down how he was just murdered last night. But let's dive into it. Now, like we said, Killer Clock would be from 107 Hoover, aka the Salos, and he was one of the most reputable members from 107 Hoover. And one of the things he was known for was being involved in the murder of KP from the Rolling Hunnets. And we previously made a video about KP, but for those that didn't watch it, KP was killed in July of 2015. But a year after the murder of KP, Killer Clock and 4 other 107 Hoover members were arrested on September 15th of 2016. They all sat in the county jail for about 5 years, but on October 29th of 2021, Killer Clock and his other co-defendants would take a plea deal of voluntary manslaughter. And on that same day of October 29th of 2021, they would sentence him to 12 years in the state prison. He then sat in prison for about 4 years, but he was released on June 17th of 2025. He was released on that day after having a total credit of 3,195 days plus 280 days of good time. But sadly, a year after his release, Killer Clock was just recently murdered, and he was shot and killed on July 10th of 2026. The shooting happened on 102nd and South Vermont Ave.
All right, so the other guy that they just showed, the guy KP, I remember when that happened, seeing that on social media. Now that I'm seeing this, I didn't know that these two was tied in.
Yeah, that was a whole thing. So again, with the dude Box, I ain't gonna say the other name because that's too disrespectful for me. But when it comes to the dude Box, you lived a certain type of way, and unfortunately, you expired a certain type of way. When you are involving yourself in certain activities and you involving yourself in certain levels of shenanigans, you will unfortunately meet the consequences of. You feel me?
Whatsoever until I seen these videos, and it's just crazy how the streets work. Sometimes people let things go, or we think they let them go. They just waiting on the perfect time to do something to us. In his case, it took a year, I guess, for whatever happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know if this was a retaliation. I don't know.
So some people say that it's a retaliation, but then other people will say that he was backdoored by his own homies. So you never really know.
I wasn't there. The only thing I'm gonna say is, just got to be careful when we out there in them streets, man. And we know that what we done in our past or what we currently doing, man. Be careful because this is how it's all going to end. Either this or the penitentiary.
And a call came in around 12:30 in the morning. It would take paramedics 19 minutes to arrive to the scene, but when they arrived, they would say that Killer Clock was unresponsive. Witnesses
19 minutes to respond to the scene. I think that must be like the time, because I was just watching something with Duck's mom, and she said it took them 19 minutes to respond to the scene for her son's unalivement too. So I think that like 19 minutes is like the time they give to just let a person expire in the inner cities, because from Chicago to LA, they're having the same problem.
Reported hearing multiple gunshots and seeing one male fleeing from the scene. And they would say that a white van might be connected to the incident, and it was seen driving northbound. They would then later say that a white Chrysler may be connected to the shooting. And this would be the last picture that Killer Clock posted. And as you can see at the bottom in the highlight, it would say 14 hours ago, which means this was posted about 1 to 2 hours before he was murdered. But 102nd in Vermont would be the heart of the 107 Hoovers. And as you can see to the left, they share a border with the Block Crips, and to the right, they share a border with the Denver Lane Bloods. And just 8 months ago, there was a triple shooting in that same exact spot. And that shooting happened on November 1st of 2025. And almost the same exact thing would happen. The shooting happened on 102nd in Vermont at the same exact time, 12:40 in the morning, and there was one shooter. But like we said, in this shooting, 3 people were hit, but they all survived.
Bullets went flying at around 12:45 morning. 3 people taken to the hospital, and we're working to find out how they're doing this morning. The LA Sheriff's Department says a white Tesla was seen driving away from the scene.
But there would be a couple of rumors going around. Some would say that this might be retaliation for KP.
All right.
Yeah, and that's what they'll say, that he was, too close to that situation, and it's a retribution thing.
Someone said don't necessarily mean that it's retaliation. Like we said, we don't know who did this, so we don't want to put it on nobody. At least over here, we don't want to put it on nobody. But yeah, homie, man, how can I explain this without trying to sound like I'm preaching?
There ain't no way, because you got to preach.
All right. We all got that feeling when we roll through where we come from, that at any given moment, either the police could roll up or somebody could come through and take some pop shots. It's been going on for a long time in some of these areas.
We just know in LA certain intersections that you got to be alert at. You got to be alert everywhere, but we know certain spots more than others. You got to just be eyes and ears, man. You can't be out here.
And when you hanging out, you got to be thinking like that. You got to be aware and alerted at all times, because you don't know what's going to happen. Your thing is, well, at least my thing is, when I do go in these areas, let me go over here and handle my business, knock out what I need to knock out. If this is my reason for being over here, let me hurry up and knock that out and get up out of here.
Get up out of here.
Get up out of here.
Let me go ahead and handle my business so I can handle my business and give y'all back y'all community, because I'm gone.
Hey, once we make it up out of there safe, then you cool until you go back over there. But for the people who live in these areas, imagine them have to go through that every single day. Because we all grew up in these hoods. At least I did. When we was a kid, we didn't have no choice. We was stuck in it. You just got to know how to, weave and bob your way up out of that shit. Sometimes jail save a whole lot of us. But yeah, man, it's got to be careful out there.
And others are saying that this was a backdoor. But the first person I seen to post about this would be West Coast Gang Wars. And there was a comment left on that picture. And this person right here would be KP's mother. But I'm going to blur her name out and her picture just for privacy. And as you can see, she would say, "This must be a dream come true." And this right here would be a previous post of hers on Facebook.
Yeah, that's crazy. So when his mama step out and say this must be a dream come true, it's safe to assume that he has something to do with the unalivement of her son. Because for her to say this must be a dream come true, that's deep.
And as you can see, she would post about KP. And Gino 5 from the Rolling 60s would post a picture of KP on his story. And even though Killer Clock was from 107 Hoover, he had connections to the neighborhoods, because his dad was Banker T from the Rolling 60s, and his cousin would be Dark Villain from the Rolling 40s. But people like J Hood from No Jumper would also post about him. But like we said, as of right now, there's mixed rumors going around, with some saying it's retaliation and some saying it's a backdoor. And this would be a post today from somebody on the story saying these people would groove a homie before they groove a op, with a snake emoji.
I'm not faking it, homie.
Sort of issue comes in at when they start thinking that he got backdoored by his people, because to say you would groove a homie before you would groove a op insinuates that you backdoored or you went against your homie, where you have many of your opposing factors available, which you could have went against them, but you decided not to. You decided to go against your homie.
I'm telling y'all, man, this shit is janky, bro. Janky. Listen, niggas out here broke. They cashing niggas out for lokes to get smoked. That's my theory. I wouldn't put it past nobody no more. Telling you, bro, niggas got this shit just ain't right, y'all. You can tell, bro. This shit just feel wrong. Man, homie. Man.
Woo-wee! Well, that's the coldest thing I done heard on the internet since I've been on the internet.
You didn't heard colder things than that on the internet. That's not the coldest thing.
He just said cats is broke and they'll sell you out to get smoked. Man, that was a bar. You don't even think about it like that, man. You don't even think of like somebody could walk up and say, "Man, we got this bag, man. Just turn him in." Man, you know who?
Yeah, that's how I go. We got a couple dollars for you, big dog. Let's go ahead and handle that.
Never thought of that, man. Ooh, the game has changed. Yeah, let's get back to this, man.
Jefe 5 from the Rolling Hundreds would post the Backdoor by Little Dark song with the smoke emoji. But that right there is going to wrap it up for the story of Killer Clock, a.k.a. Box from 107 Hoover.
So I'm gonna let y'all catch the rest of this on Comment Rick Rock's page, man. But yeah, it's treacherous in these streets, bro. So you got to be aware, man. Eyes and ears at all time. Karma, 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 man. I don't know if he did it to his homies. I don't know if his homies did it to him. But somebody, you feel me? That's all I'm gonna say. 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 Somebody, somewhere. Chad, how y'all feeling, man? How you feeling? What you say? What you say? What you say? Mm. Let me see.
He couldn't fight with the one on.
Oh, Charleston White.
Charleston White got on your ass about me.
He was
now. Charleston might be wilding out.
He said some things that
Charleston
you probably
might be
didn't
wilding
appreciate.
out.
He was saying that
but he said some real shit to you though.
He said I'm a slave master and you and Crip Mac are slaves.
No, I didn't see that part.
Oh, okay.
But I'm definitely not that. But I'm definitely not that. I'm definitely not that. But you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not that. That's why I said he be catting out.
I was pissed.
That's why I said he be catting out. But when you said I made 4 extras famous, you like, no, what's the name? And then you like, no, I just went to his Instagram. He posted a picture at the gas station, and nigga, he got like 80 likes. I'm like, this nigga right here.
Brand new.
I'm like, this nigga just went to, I just posted that. And the one you talking about the one when it went viral at the gas station, I went for the pump, and the pump was costing a lot at the gas station when I put the money in my gas.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like No Jumper definitely made you. I'm not gonna say you would have been nothing without No Jumper, but it definitely blew you up.
All right.
No pun intended.
Like, this is where all your classic.
Look,
you gotta give it to Cam Capone.
Look, I got some good ones with Cam Capone. I got some good ones with Cam Capone, and I got.
You got some what?
Look, I got some good ones with Cam Capone. I got some good ones with Cam Capone.
Good? I don't know what the hell he's trying to say. Words is hard. Some good ones, I think, is what he's trying to say, but words is hard.
And I got more here than anywhere.
Yeah,
I got more at No Jumpers than anywhere. Look, I keep it across the board. You get what I'm saying? I came out with Lupe with the honey pack. You know what I'm talking about? And blew up on the honey pack
with a honey pack.
Damn, I should have.
Oh.
They said her head good.
Whoa!
But this is what I'm saying though. Shout
St. Lupe got some fire top.
out to Lupe. No, play. Shout out to Lupe. That is my whore. But look,
I would find out.
I'm just saying though.
My whore.
But look, this is what I'm saying though.
You're calling it kids in there.
But look, this is what I'm saying though, bro. When I went on there, you know, I blew up. But I did one thing I will say, bro. When I did come to No Jumpers, it did take me to a different stage.
No Jumpers with an ass.
You're right about that. I agree with you. I got some viral sick ass moments on what's in my first interview was on
Cam, right?
Huh?
Oh no, with Jinx.
No, Jinx for Jinx. Shout out Jinx for Jinx. It was on Jinx for Jinx. And then after that, it was yours next. I believe it was yours.
I can't remember if it was Cam or us next, but
I think it was yours.
We did do it pretty early on though.
I think it was yours. I don't know.
But then you got locked up, and then you got out, and that's when we started doing it like consistently.
And then we started going. So I will say, you know what I'm talking about? It did take me to a different stage. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, No Jumper blows everybody up, bro. Niggas trying to act like No Jumper don't help them. No Jumper helps all these dudes' careers. And that's why when they leave No Jumper, they don't have no career, and they always end up going back.
And then I just went crazy.
You can't deny that. At this point, you can't deny that No Jumper gives all these dudes relevancy.
And then my incident happened. And then I kept going after that, after my incident. Because most people thought I was going to stop. Probably don't do nothing no more. You know what I'm saying? Not be on there for a couple of years.
Or
and then like that.
They thought you were going to stop tripping. And you were going to be Mr. Kumbaya, peaceful guy.
And I was back tripping with the cast on. So you get what I'm saying? So I kept going. And then I released more albums and more songs with shit and kept going and started cartoons and all type of shit. But I will say though, a lot of my, I got more interviews here than anywhere else. And I got a lot of legendary interviews here. You're right about that. And it did put me on a different platform.
Yeah.
So
No Jumper gave you a different level of notoriety.
We'll say that.
I mean, I can say that I made Crip Mac famous more than I can say it about you because he did his first interview here, his second, third, fourth. Like he just like kind of blew. And then Channel 5 took him to another level.
You know why it got so many legendary interviews here because we end up having a friendship, and we start doing shit outside of work, in work, everywhere, and we just start going crazy. It was just going.
But then that's the thing too. Adam is not your homie, so whatever y'all do with this nigga is just what y'all do.
Crazy, I just call you out of jail. You put the money on my books. I be going crazy, squabbling in the jail. I get right back out. We right there. So yeah, you're right. It's a lot of legendary shit.
I'm very thankful that you have not got locked up in the last year because
no, I'm on parole. That's a wrap.
I know, but you were going back in and out like over and over and over. It felt like it was never going to stop.
But you got to think the parole officer I had. They fired him.
He wasn't even catching cases like that. He was getting violated for stupid stuff because his parole officer didn't care for him.
They did.
They fired him because why they said he caught. I don't know if it's true. So let me say that I don't know if it's true, but they said he got fired for taking money from somebody.
This is the one who
I believe him.
Was tracking you to your hood
Bro,
shit
every fucking day.
Wow.
That's crazy, young.
That's crazy.
As soon as I get another parole, so I get off parole.
He might have had it out for you.
He did. But one thing I could say, this interview right here, man, you know.
Now, people should definitely go crazy with their own channels and all that kind of stuff. But then you have to remember this too. Adam 22 has never grabbed anybody from no jumper that was already successful. He grabs people who are moderately to unsuccessful, and then he makes them successful. You feel me? Hear what I say. Adam 22 will never grab somebody who's already successful. He takes people who are moderately successful and unsuccessful, and then adds them to no jumper, and then he makes them successful. And then when they leave no jumper, they have to either stay and deal with it and take the disrespect, or they have to go back to their moderate or no success.
This shit is legendary.
It is pretty legendary.
This is a legendary for sure.
Yeah. Charleston.
Hey, you motherfucker. Hey, you hear me, motherfucker?
Oh, I love you, nigga.
Hey, let me see that motherfucker. Hey, one thing I just told him, I said, you be wilding out, you be catting out. But one thing I could say, you got on his ass about me talking about he made me famous. You got on his ass, so I will say that.
Hey, listen, my nigga, no matter what I done said about a nigga from LA or California, I sat back and watched you, nigga. You something special. That's why everything came up against you to put your fire out. Now, my nigga, I was rooting for you, my nigga. I swear to God.
Yeah, you see, I'm going crazy. I cannot stop me but myself.
What God predestined for you, can't nobody stop it, not even you.
That's all I'm saying.
I want to put you guys both on a podcast together.
You gotta bring.
I'm trying to take credit for you.
Yeah. You already said he trying to take credit up.
He called me a slave master. He called me a slave master.
That nigga said he trying to take credit. That nigga said he trying to take credit.
I mean, Adam does have slave master qualities.
You say you was Django. You wasn't the runaway nigga.
Yeah, think about it. AD was a failed rapper, and you didn't know anything about AD. Nobody knew anything about AD. Who ever bought Villains merch? Nobody. T-Rail was rich, but he wasn't popular. T-Rail always has something going on. You can't take that from him. T-Rail always has something going on. T-Rail went into it with an elevator in his house. T-Rail went into the podcast game with an elevator in his house. So can't really take that from T-Rail. AD, nobody knew about you, or nobody cared about you. Pun, you was just a failed at everything you do. Duno was a nobody. Smack was a nobody. You know what I'm saying? And Adam made these people into somebodies.
That nigga just said you want to do an interview, put the interview together with me and you.
This what I want to do. I want you and Adam to come to Dallas, Texas, and do a 20 versus 2, Adam the host, at the biggest club in Dallas for me and you, nigga, in my hometown. I already got it approved by the club.
You got all the bitches?
All the bitches for you, nigga. Oh, I got at least 40 bitches for you.
He real horny, Charleston. He real horny.
I got at least 40 bitches for you. It's crazy.
I'm bringing my entourage.
Oh, you can bring your 2 toughest niggas. That's it, but you in good hands.
Bring your 2 toughest niggas, but that's it. Bring the 2 toughest ones, and that's it. Don't bring nobody past the 2 toughest.
We will be out there. So when is it?
Man, I got you.
When is we going though?
When you want us to go? Say, listen, the club is called Ecstasy. They own 112 clubs, including Tootsie's. So they already tried to get Adam, right? Adam ain't got to pay for nothing. Just pay me my little old fee, and man, we go eat.
But hold on. Where my feet come in at flying out there? Just want to blow them up.
Adam don't talk about you. You're an independent contractor. You don't work for Adam, so talk for yourself.
That's what I'm just telling. That's what I just told you, nigga. Why you think I'm telling him? Nigga, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Hey, listen. I cut my fee for you to get in. Tell Adam I cut my fee for you to get in.
All right, so look, so
we're going to Dallas.
So we're gonna talk after this about the numbers. We're gonna get off this when we get off this motherfucking thing.
Charleston White sound like he ain't trying to give you no money. He sound like he fast talking you, and he ain't really got no actual tangible chili to give you.
When we going though?
They're trying to do it soon. The soccer games here and all that shit. So I was telling them like mid-July.
All right, bet. I'm ready. Let's go. We out of here.
Say, don't let me down out of my knee. Don't make me look like I'm lying.
All right, I got you. I appreciate you, Unc. Let's line it up. That's good. We're making connections.
We out of here. He said we're gonna do a 20 versus 1 out there.
He said
we out of here.
Funny.
We out of here. We about to go live it up. We about to go crazy.
That'd be crazy. Dallas got all kinds of new opportunities for you.
Yeah, we about to go crazy.
Get some new. They thick as down there too. They be eating.
They bitches out there way different from our bitches.
They eat way too much.
I'm about to be nailing them bitches.
Huge.
I'm about to go crazy out there. Hey, you know the cool part about it? I did a 40 versus 1. Everybody doing a 20 versus. Remember I did a 40 versus 1.
Did you?
Yeah, remember? I did it with I did the 40 versus 1. You can look it up right now.
With Crib Mag or?
No. I did it by myself. I did a 40 versus 1. That motherfucker went viral too. 40 because I was supposed to do another
40 versus 1 makes sense for 4 extras. That makes sense.
Another but I'm doing 20 versus 1 out there. That we might go do that in Texas.
Wow. Oh yeah, there it is. 40 versus 1. Why not? Oh, well, who's that? Who's why? That's a Bro Rogan channel.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. That's legendary. I'm gonna save that. I gotta watch that.
That motherfucker funny.
Oh, that was right before you hurt your hand. Holy shit.
No. Was it? No, it wasn't.
It says it was like a year ago.
It was?
Yeah, you still got your shit there.
No.
You got 2 hands there.
No, but
it came out July 19th, 2024. So he actually put it out right after.
Yes, nigga's 2026.
Right after your accident.
No, he didn't. Nigga,
accident was 2025.
2024. Nigga's 2026.
Oh,
my incident happened in 2025.
That's a good point. Oh, so it was way before that.
That's like 2 years ago. That's going on like 2 years ago.
If you enjoyed that clip, make sure.
Yeah, Adam, learn how to count your calendar, brother. We finna jump out of his content though, man. Make sure y'all tap in with the tap in. Make sure y'all hit that like, hit that comment, hit that get subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Y'all saying kick it, because we got some things going on. Some things going on. All right, what else we got? Let's see.
Oh, they picked up 18 niggas from this. We got the media team in there. Where the media
team? We got content.
TV's in the go. We got TV in the go, Wack.
You looking for that fire Clubhouse content? Well, you need.
Hey, real quick, before we get into this, I actually do want to bring this up. This channel right here, Clubhouse TV, ran by Wack 100, gave me a copyright strike, y'all. They gave me a copyright strike. It didn't work. And I would like to just point out real quick before we get into this, should you continue to pass out these copyright strikes the way you do, I've already got in contact with, no, I'm good, Reg Dog, I'm here. I've already got in contact with whom I need to get in contact with on the YouTube end. You will lose your page, big dog. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. So should you want to hit me with a false copyright again because you're doing the bidding of Sir Wack 100 and you would like to continue to bully, harass me, that's not acceptable by YouTube's terms of services. You can't bully, you can't harass me or anyone else. That's not acceptable. And here at TNN Trap News Network, this is a place of peace. This is a place of love. This is a place of prosperity. This is a place of tolerance. Tolerance. You hear me? Tolerance. You feel me? So the little Clubhouse TV and all that kind of stuff, trying to get the strikes and all that. All I'm going to say is this. I know that you're giving Wack a percentage of the situation that you get. That's your business. I love that for you. It will be a crying shame. It would be a crying shame should you were to lose your entire channel, as I now have the ability to do. And if you would like to know more information on this, please contact me, all YouTube creators, because I have officially figured out how to get people who are putting false copyright strikes on you actually penalized by YouTube. And there is actually an option that is available that can cause for a termination upon review should they not be able to provide legal representation and or legal paperwork to show that you are copying their content. Because a copyright claim is not something that is just based upon YouTube guidelines as far as bullying and things like that. It's actually something that is a legal matter. When you are copywriting somebody's claim or copywriting somebody's content, that is an actual legal offense. And that could be, by sometimes, depending on the severity of it, a federal crime. Like with me being in California, should this person be in Oklahoma, that would actually make it a federal crime. And that would actually constitute a federal crime. So with that all being said, I would just advise that you don't do that again. I get that you were trying to be cool. I get that you're trying to get favor from Wack 100. Probably not the best thing to do. Because should you decide to play with me again, I'm going to decide to play with you in the exact same way. No, this is not a challenge to go back and forth with you. No, this is not a challenge to continue to flam, skulldug, and Larson with you. No, I don't want your attention. No, I will not have a discourse with you back and forth about this for the next 18 months to 25 years, how people do on YouTube. I'm simply saying this. If you play ball again, if you decide to play ball again, I'm going to hit a home run. That's it and that's all. I think that you should continue to do your content. I think that you should continue to do things that people enjoy. We love Clubhouse TV here at TNN Trap News Network. We love Clubhouse TV. We want everybody to like, comment, subscribe. We want everybody to follow the channel. There you go, right here, Clubhouse TV with 52,000 subscribers. We would love for them to continue on to 100,000. We would love for them to continue on to 100,000 because we're not here for bullying or anything like that. But should any content creator or a YouTuber want to know the information on how you would like to make sure you are compensated and there's retribution and penalty for someone who has false copyrighted you, please let me know and I'll be more than happy to give you that information as it is now available to me should I decide to use it. Again, this is not a back and forth. This is not anything of let's argue and all this and blah, blah, blah. No, we are all adults here. If you choose to make a grown man move, I shall choose to respond in a grown man way. I'm not here to fight anybody, not here to argue with anybody, not here to give you the 30 minutes of your life and all this kind of stuff. And actually, as we are going into 4 minutes, I can actually stop talking about this and get into the content because now I have just long enough for an 8-minute clip to continue on in the YouTube space. So with that all being said, man, make sure y'all follow Clubhouse TV. You want to see them do well. Right there, Clubhouse TV. You want to continue to see them do well. And, that's how the cookie crumbles. Reg Dog, you see what I did there? Do you see what I did there? Very, very gentlemanly. Very gentlemanly. But I promise you, play with me if you want to. You're going to lose that page. I'm not going to pull a Wack 100. I'm not going to do all the. There is no final warning. There is no final warning. You play a stupid game, you're going to win a stupid prize. And I got it on standby. Because it's funny when you start reading through things and you start talking to different people, and you start paying attention to, what's going on, blah, 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 how things change. Shout out to Giving Life. I see you, bro.
You need to subscribe to the home. Hey, yo, Clubhouse TV. Let's get to the content.
That's a good one.
In the block.
So I remember the homie was talking about how niggas was selling rollies in the hood. Come to find out, they got cameras and microphones on them.
Yeah, that's the
My homie.
Damn, that's crazy. Selling Rolexes in the hood with cameras and microphones on them? That is sick.
Oh.
Serious, nigga?
That's
Bro.
Nigga,
That's dangerous.
Yeah,
That's dangerous.
You got 30 of them niggas. All of them did like 15. They coming home right now.
I was tripping. The homie told me about the iced out little
Dangerous,
camera,
right?
iced out little chains they got with the cameras in them
No,
too.
they had to. He was selling them niggas watches, and they had the listening devices and the GPS tracking system. Now, feds was listening to them. Feds.
That is sick. That is sick. That is sick. That is sick. That is disgusting. Selling watches to your whole hood full of surveillance equipment. You gotta be a different type of individual from that, bro, for sure.
Gave them to him. He was slanging them to the homies. Talking about it was $5,000 watches. He was giving them up for $1,200, $1,500.
It was like the bus.
And you making money off of them? Imagine making money off of a nigga. Imagine making money off of a nigga being listened to. Like, nigga, this whole conversation is being listened to and being flammed by the police, and I'm charging for it. How you charge a nigga for his own indictment? That's cold work, boy. Charging a nigga for his own indictment, you a different type of individual, brother. You are a different type of individual.
Just affordable for the niggas in the hood to get them.
Right. Yeah, he got one of my niggas, my nigga Fat Rap from Blackstone. He went and did 13 behind that shit. Cause they can hear. So if the niggas is talking about shit, they got all that.
Hey, so quick question. So that's not like no privacy breach or nothing like that?
Hell no, because what they do is they go in and they say, all right, this is Operation Bust Down. We're targeting gang members, that's gun running, that's drug running, that's extorting, all this. So they tied into some type of investigation. They go to the judge and they say, we're targeting this area. We have this CI who's a reliable
Yeah, the judge don't give them everything that they need because it has probable cause.
source who has already is behind the arrest of these other 15 individuals over a period of 3 to 5 years. They see it, boom, judge stamp it. They go to work. If, as long as something comes of it, it don't affect him. So if they gave this nigga to watch, he like, yeah, blood, whoop, 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 hey, blood want 5 pistols. They tell Lil Blow Pop and them go over there, drop it.
Lil Blow Pop is crazy. Lil Blow Pop is crazy work. Lil Blow Pop, wild.
This shit all tell a nigga we need 300.
If I ever get banged on a nigga tell me I'm Lil Blow Pop. All right, well, you got it, bro. You, Mr. Pop, you got it, sir.
Peace. We're gonna give nigga some love because he spent money on the last thing. Boom. Now they own the nigga that they, okay, Lil Blow Pop, okay. We got this nigga telling this nigga right here, Lil T, to go take Lil Blow Pop 5 guns. This right here is enough for us to tie this dude here, the conspiracy that got the watch on. But now we watching Lil T. Okay, we got Lil T. Oh, there go Lil T. We hear Lil T got a gun on him, leaving the club. Blurp Lil T out of Hollywood. Bring Lil T in, pull him over. 2:30, bring him in. Listen, we got you dead bang on this gun right here. You know what I'm saying? What you know about Lil Blow Pop? What? Listen, you can take the 10-15 we're going to give your ass, but you can go home and go to work for us and let us know what else you know about Lil Blow Pop. Where he stay at? He live woo. Boom, they let T go. Last time you saw T, he leaving the club, you know what I'm saying? Next time you see him is the next day, 3 o'clock, just a homie.
He 3 o'clock with Lil Blow Pop, nigga. Him and Lil Blow Pop out here blow popping.
Pulling up in the low. But guess what? He got that medallion on, Keep It G talking about, just watching and listening every day. Now they go take that information back to the judge. We got this dude, Lil Blow Pop, that's accredited to the original dude that's wearing the watch, and this dude, Lil T, then gave us information, and we want to see if this credible, to see if we're going to rearrest him, bring him to jail, leave him out on the street to work for us. This is why you hear Wack say the streets is over with.
That's crazy.
And it keeps going, and what it is, a lot of us in the streets don't understand this math of what's going on.
Hey, that's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact. I know when to say
I was just mind blown about them having silly informants. Like they'll put the informants in the cell with you to try to get all that.
No, nigga, they got niggas running around it. Bro, they got niggas trying this dude, this big U shit. The dude Monster. He got caught up sending like 70, 80 pounds of dope from LA to Ohio in 2020. He's been on the streets working to get time off. Man, look, you looking at 30 years. Man, look, I could bring y'all a lot of people, but y'all gotta let me go. Bring him this nigga. All right, we give you 3 years off from that. Now, you know, you at 27.
Tell on 3, set you free.
Bring this nigga, this other nigga, this nigga over here. Okay, bring you 4 more. That's another 8 off. You know what I'm saying? Now you at 19. You know what I'm saying? This last dude, the paperwork coming, this dude, Jew Boy and Big U Paperwork, was doing the same thing. He just went for sentencing on a case he had in New York, and he went in there for amnesty, and they asked him, well, what else have you done for us? On the stand just a couple weeks ago, and they sending me to work, he said, I helped y'all take down the biggest crip in Los Angeles. Who you think he talking about? Big U.
Whoa.
How much credit?
Yeah, I'm wondering, did Lil Blow Pop get his name from the candy or from the nose candy or from the hard candy? Pause. Pause. No hard candy. Pause. Let's just go back to the content. Let's just get out of here.
Credit do I get for that? It's in the work. He just went just a couple weeks ago.
Whoa.
Yeah, my nigga. Like, and see what it is. They be like, how Wack know this shit? Well, Jew Boy took down 13 of my Jewish partners' friends. They in the feds. So when they saw,
wait, you know it's crazy because Wack. Wait. That's not true. Wack is tied to some Israelis. Reg, I don't know if you remember, but Wack is tied to some Israelis that was doing shady business, and that has something to do with that club that him and the dude, what's the nigga name? Who be face masking. Clavicle, the white dude, the white kid, the one who was with Adam 22, and he let the girl shoot the shot into his wee. That nigga. Him and Wack had the club together, which didn't make sense because remember the dude Kalagaver, whatever his name was mad at Offset's homie, and they didn't know that it was his club. But then that don't make sense because how could a 20-year-old own a club that's 21 and up? Anyway, that was supposed to be ran by the Israelis, and now he's saying that this dude put the Israelis in jail. Clavicle, whatever the hell he is, clitoris. He is putting the situation with the Jews onto this dude, but Wack already told us that he was in business with Israelis. So it doesn't make sense because Wack told us that he was in business. That's how the dude Clavicle, cardiovascular, got introduced. Yeah, this is crazy, bro. It's crazy. When you just pay attention how everything starts to add up. Just pay attention to it.
Actually, they warned me about this dude way back because they know I deal with Floyd. Yo, Wack, nigga, a rat. Hey, look, man, I don't think Floyd doing nothing illegal with the nigga. Floyd probably don't give a doing whatever they doing, whatever they doing. You know what I'm saying? Floyd ain't in the street. I let Floyd know, hey, boom, boom, boom. I was done with it. Big U. Stutterbox from Main Street Crip was alerted. He called Big U. Hey, word come down, the nigga Jonah, who you running around with, who you call Jew Boy, is a rat. He just got 12 Jewish niggas locked up there in the feds. The main nigga do business with Wack. The nigga own yachts, 50 clubs, and all kind of shit. They said word. You know what Big U told Stutterbox? He's my rat now. This is why I don't feel sorry for him.
Yeah, because that's literally his rat now.
He said he's my rat now. He good. I ain't tripping. Okay. What Jay-Z say? Oh, you just OJ? Okay. All right.
My rat is crazy.
He said he's my rat now. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? You know, and I tell people it's one thing to just be part of these little blocks. It's another thing when your reach is everywhere and people know, hey, Wack, that dude over there running around within y'all circle, bro. You know, he running around y'all community, them streets, and this is what he doing. I alarm niggas, they don't listen. I may not call you direct. I'm with you. Hey, bro, nigga, what? You got to work. Here you go. There you go.
Just like that.
Now you got the street saying, well, I hear you telling me he's snitching. I see it, but so what?
Hey, so that's crazy. So basically, me knowing about the little iced out camera chain might have came from somebody you gave, let them know to stay, watch out for this nigga.
Bro, I will listen to me. I didn't warn a million niggas because it come to me.
That camera chain thing is crazy work. Crazy work. Imagine somebody giving you an iced out pendant. There's a camera in that thing. That's wild.
I show him where it's cut. Look, bro, here you go. Look, it hit me. This nigga right here, boom. I don't know Jew Boy. I didn't always avoided that nigga. When I got told what it was, if I called Floyd, Wack come through, who over there? He used to ask me, why you always ask me who over here for you
Because you want to know who around. You feel me?
come over here, nigga? You know it don't matter. Nah, because your man, he said, nah, I ain't going to never tell you to come over here because you already told me what you told me. And I know you ain't tripped out on the internet on the strength of me, so I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I tell niggas, nigga don't want to listen, you don't want to listen.
You're gonna find out the hard way.
That's on you. But what a nigga ain't gonna do is be like, yeah, Wack knew. I wouldn't give you my enemy. I'm gonna get it to you. Now, what these emotional niggas do out here, that nigga Wack, hold that nigga. If this shit came from him, I ain't trying to hear nothing he talking about. Okay.
Now, here's the thing about this too. A lot of times people don't want to hear the information or anything coming from Wack 100 because he's a known flu flamer, bro. Like, how you upset at somebody because they don't want to take no information that came from Wack?
And then when they get caught up, hey man, that bitch ass nigga Wack mentioned this nigga name to me, tried to send word 5 months ago. That nigga might be the Fed. These niggas is up in the head, bro. Yo,
Damn it, any kind of conclusion.
Bro, either way it go, I like my nigga. They'll never know that I knew, but I know, so warn the nigga. Cause I don't know from them, I know from somebody tied to the nigga or somebody tied to the people they done got down on. Like the Jew boy nigga. One of my business partners in Miami, the same dude I just did the clavicle deal with at the club.
See, here go. I told you in here, Wack bringing up that clavicle deal because it's with the same shady people.
That's his people. So
What?
he like one of my business partners in Miami, the same dude I just did the clavicle deal with at the club. That's his people.
I told you. I ain't making this up, y'all.
So he like, yo, Wack, this motherfucker right here, you Floyd? Yeah. This nigga tell it. What? Yeah, send me to work. It might be still on my WhatsApp. Let me go find it. Sent me to work. I'm pretty sure this shit is still on my WhatsApp. Let me go find this shit. Sends me to work.
Shit's crazy.
When the Big U paperwork hit, they say, yo, Wack, Jew boy and Big U paperwork is Jonah. I do my research. Hey, who the Jew boy? Is that the Jonah nigga Floyd? Yeah, on 6-0. Oh, he telling. What you mean? I'm just telling you, telling. The nigga got 12 niggas indicted already. Some Jewish dudes. See, now, our community wouldn't know nothing about this because he didn't move on some Jewish dudes on whatever the fake was doing. So, you know, it just, we wouldn't know nothing about it. But it'd come to me because I deal with so many different motherfuckers.
Right.
And they like, okay, if something going on over there with a notable Crip or blood.
Isn't it crazy how it's coincidental the person who happens to be snitching, Wack happens to know, and that's the same person who's doing business with him in X, Y, and Z, but he just happens to have nothing to do with the flu flammery? That doesn't really make sense to me. That doesn't really seem too logical to me, honestly.
The Paru, get it to Wack. Wack gotta know the people. What? I guarantee you this shit is on my mother. Like right now, I believe dude slammed down right now, bro. He ain't on the street. They just slammed him down. So yeah, it's different out here, bro. All this, and I'm gonna tell y'all this.
Beham, Alabama, send it to my Instagram.
What nigga was at 20, he ain't the same nigga at 35, 40.
Yeah.
No.
So, you know, nigga, my nigga's official like a whistle, nigga. He did this, that. Yeah, my nigga went and did 10, 12, nigga, straight. This, that. Okay. Now he's 28, now he's 38. and they putting 40 in front of you.
Not him.
What's the difference in one baby? He's a big lawyer. Gobbard family. Hold on, that ain't. Yeah, so it's dangerous out there, bro. You don't know. And see how I get niggas? A nigga come around me. Hold on, let me see. He come around me, and niggas accused. Here it go, right here. Let me see. Handling and multiple wiretaps called alleged accounting. Yep, here it go, right here. Jonah, y'all think I'm capping? Nigga, I'm gonna send the whole. So y'all niggas really see niggas sent this to Wack. Soon as soon as he went to jail, they start running it. He went to jail March, right? 2025? Okay, watch this. Keep it jail.
So we all know that Wack tries to jump ahead of things before they come out. So this is just obviously another attempt for him to do that. That all being said, man, should y'all want to catch the rest of this, please go check out Clubhouse TV. Get them a like, comment, subscribe for everything that they got going on. And we finna get up out of here to the next one. Red dots to the left, you know the rest. We up out of here, we go. Because it ain't no real reason for us to just continue to listen to this flu flammery. It ain't really a reason. Like, I ain't gonna lie. It's no real reason. Just sit here and listen to stupidity and lies of stupidity. My man got delusions of grandeur, like Alex Alonso would say. You feel me? So, there's that. My bad. We can go into this. Oh. All right, Chad, what y'all want to get into? Y'all see the options, man. What y'all want to get into? What y'all want to get into? Or y'all want to just keep it in rotation?
That's that deal.
Talk about the last crib killed by the F-13s. Let's get into this. Why do you call when I'm short on cash? Can't sleep through the night. I'm losing my mind.
Many gang members on both sides have lost their lives. Active gangs in Los Angeles County.
And this is Warren Cali, man. Make sure y'all get him a like, comment, subscribe. Big shout out to the Warren Cali, man. Make sure that you tap in with the Warren Cali. Get him a like, comment, subscribe.
They went to war with several gangs, from Crips, Hoovers, Bloods, and Southsiders. One old rival who started off as an ally was F-13, a set also big with numbers and very active throughout Los Angeles County. Both gangs have a huge territory, and some of their turf is basically shared, making many members grow up together. There's many reasons stated why they began the beef. Many state a drug deal gone wrong, and since that deal, many gang members on both sides have lost their lives, as well as many innocent people.
And what's especially
disturbing
is a growing number of innocent people are dying in what one detective describes as absolute genocide going on. Within this 3 square...
Now, the war between the F-13s and the East Coast Crips, that was something that was to, be noted in the history books of LA gang wars for sure.
...mile area in South Central. There have been as many as 3...
Appreciate everybody here tapped in on this live with me, man. We are for show live.
2 dozen murders and more than 100 shootings since January of last year. All of them connected to an East Coast Florencia gang war. Here at this hangout for a Florencia clique called the Assassins.
AS, 69th Street and Hooper.
No one is making any apologies.
If you gotta do it, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. They drop one of us, we drop 2 of them. They drop 2 of us, we drop 3 of them fools. That's the way it is,
Yeah.
So trying to survive here, man.
No one in this Florencia group will discuss details about what started the killings, but this East Coast gangster says it can be summed up in a word.
Drugs. Starts off with drugs. It was getting short on our connections, so we decided to go rob.
these people and get some dope. And that's
So the East Coast Crips robbed the F-13s and they got cracking. Got it.
what it really jumped off at.
Informants tell Fox 11 News the Mexican mafia is now pressing all Florencia cliques to seek revenge for the stolen drugs. So there's a chain reaction.
It's black on brown, brown on black, and it's a continual back and forth.
And gangsters confirm what started out as a feud over drugs and money
Your content
has in fact become a straight-out race war.
Death was
Yeah, that for sure became a whole race war, definitely.
common between the two, and that leads us to this story. So let's get into this case. On August 14th, 2019, at approximately 1:44 a.m., the Los Angeles Police Department responded to a call reporting shots fired at the intersection of 61st Street and Broadway in Los Angeles. The responding officers found X-Ray, an East Coast Crip member, on the ground. He was suffering from gunshot wounds to the head and leg. Shortly after, he was pronounced dead. There were no bullet casings at the crime scene. That suggested to officers that the shooter used a revolver. LAPD obtained surveillance footage of the shooting, and a video obtained from 6125 South Broadway showed the shooter's vehicle at the intersection of Broadway and 60.
So here's the thing. Was it racism on both sides? I would like to say no, because here's the thing about that. You don't have any confirmed unalivings of black gangs from anywhere. I won't even just make it specific to this situation. I'll say all across LA. You don't really have any documented proof that black gangs write F Mexicans on the wall or F derogatory racial slur towards Mexicans on the wall. You don't have black gang members just, pow-powing at a crew of Mexican kids, assuming that they're from the gang that they're beefing with. Whereas Mexican gangs will go at anybody black, assuming that that person is from a said gang or a said community, or hiding their disrespectful disregard and disposition towards black people behind it's, oh no, we're beefing with this gang. So we thought that he could be from the gang and he was black, so that's why we pow-powed him. There's no discrepancy. There's no discernment being used in between the two. So when it comes into it in the Los Angeles area, yes, there is a heavy group of Mexican Americans who do have an extremely bigoted feeling towards African Americans, for sure.
51st Street, about 13 or 14 minutes before the shooting. The vehicle appeared to be a Nissan Altima.
What Reg Dog said.
A light-colored object was visible on the dashboard near the center console. The vehicle had scratch marks above the right wheel. Another video obtained from 6225 South Broadway showed the same vehicle driving back towards the same intersection around 1:42 a.m. A third video obtained from 251 West 61st Street showed the victim walking out of a motel wearing the same clothing found at the crime scene. The vehicle entered the intersection of Broadway and 61st Street and then stopped. The rear passenger door opened and an individual stepped out the vehicle and began to fire multiple rounds at the victim. X-Ray then fell onto the corner of 62nd Street and Broadway. There were two red lights visible in the video footage next to X-Ray, which suggested that the laser was attached to the shooter's gun. The center brake light of the shooter's vehicle was not working at the time of the shooting. At 1:43 a.m., the LAPD received a call that somebody in a Nissan Altima on 61st Street and Broadway had just shot the caller's friend. Later that day, a police officer pulled over a man named George in a Nissan Altima. The police retrieved two cell phones, one from the car and one from George. The officer noticed that one of the brake lights on the vehicle was not working.
Now, here's the thing. When you out here sliding, you flu flamming, you skulldugking, you larceny, why you niggas ain't making sure that your brake lights is working? That's something that I don't understand. Why when you out here flu flamming, you niggas don't be having brake lights? Why when you niggas is flu flamming, you niggas don't be having your registration on your car or whomever car that you in? Or why you just not in a full-blown G-ride, period, point blank? What happened to the days of niggas being in G-rides? When did niggas stop pulling skits in G-rides is my question. You feel me? But why y'all be having like all these things that just draw attention to you, bro? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. That's not really, I don't know. That logic doesn't logic to me.
George's vehicle was then impounded. A detective inspected and searched George's car, and there was damage to the front and rear passenger doors and the rear fender. The scratches above the right car wheel were consistent with those seen in the surveillance video. Data was also extracted from the cell phone found on George. There was a photo of a revolver that had an attached laser. The cell phone internet
a laser on the revolver is crazy.
Search history included searches of firearms with lasers. There was also a photo and video taken a day before the shooting showing George holding a revolver-type gun and pointing it at the camera. On August 8, 2019, days before the shooting, police conducted a traffic stop. George was the driver, and he was driving a Nissan Altima. George wore an Atlanta Falcons cap, which was commonly used for F-13 gang members. A photo on George's phone showed him throwing up the letters F.
Is it George or is it Jorge? Is it George? Is it George or is it Jorge? Is it Mr. George or is it Jorge? Because I don't think that this nigga's name is George. I think that nigga's name is Jorge. I'm just saying. Jorge and George are spelled the same way, like Jesus and Jesus. But I'm gonna say this nigga's name is Jorge because I just don't think that this nigga's name is George. You have a hard time believing that there's a Mexican named George as opposed to being named Jorge. Jorge just seems like it makes way more sense. Way more sense.
To rep his gang, and also another person in the photo with George throwing up the number 3. Autopsy photos of x-rays show that he had 2 tattoos of the letter F on his cheek, one upright and the other upside down, meaning fuck F-13. The victim also had tattoos of East Coast on his face. Shortly after George was arrested, the police placed an undercover informant posing as a fellow inmate in George's cell and secretly recorded their conversation. The informant was older than George, who was 20 years old at the time. He represented himself as a fellow gang member. He was paid $1,500 and was briefed on the circumstances of the case beforehand. George told the informant that he was a member of F-13 and that the victim was an East Coast Crip. George said the police didn't have a gun or nothing, just his car. When the informant asked about the shell casings, George responded that the firearm was a revolver and police didn't even know what type. George told the informant that his fellow gang member known as Bad Boy, who was also involved in the shooting, took off. Later, George said the victim's gang retaliated after the shooting by killing someone on his block. After that, they had a long dialogue. The informant first asked, "Was that fool young that y'all guys got?" George says yes. That's why the East Coast Crips came back so fast. The informant continued asking, did X-Ray bang on George when it happened? George said yeah. The informant said, oh, seriously? And that fool threw it up? George said yeah. The informant said, you were like, all right? George said, he was like, what up, cuz?
Man, getting a full breakdown, getting everything. The nigga giving it all up. Oh, I gotta stop talking to people in them jail cells, brother. Gotta stop talking to people in them jail cells, brother. Because you give it all the way up, man. Giving it all the way up. You talking way too much about your homie, about your community, about your circumstances, about the consequences of and all that. You don't have to do all that, George. Mr. George, you're messing up, Mr. George. You don't gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you was acting more like Jorge, I'm just saying. But George don't got it because George think that it's okay to run his mouth about this kind of stuff. And you sitting in the cell, and I don't know why people think that because they're in jail, they should continue to talk about their case. We've heard so many time about these dudes talking to people who are within their cells, and they're fucking investigators and detectives and all kind of stuff like this.
And then boom. Informant said, he said that to you? George said, yeah, man. When George returned to his cell, one of the detectives said to him, I'm going to tell you, I haven't seen a lot of revolvers with a laser. The informant then asked George several questions about the laser and then the revolver used in the shooting. The informant asked, how much that crap cost? Are they expensive? Do they sell them or do they put them together separate? George replied, it was already put together. In response to a question about the price, George said he bought it for like $250. George explained when you put your finger on the trigger of the revolver, the laser turns on by itself. When asked if he sold the revolver, George stated, hopefully, the homie got rid of it already. George and the informant continued to have a long convo, which George questioned how did the police know anything, which the informant also stated, how would they know? But this was all the police needed. George was later sentenced to 25 years to life for this crime. X-Ray was the last East Coast Crip killed in this brutal war between the East Coast Crips and F-13. Shortly after his death, in series of months of meetings and ceasefires, a peace treaty happened between both gangs that's still active, with both gangs being on.
Yeah, they both have definitely ceasefire since then. So it's definitely amazing to see that the F-13s and the East Coast Crips have figured out a way to be cool with one another and not be so detrimental to one another and stop the violence and stop the craziness that was going on between their two
terms. And hopefully it stays that way. RIP all lost in this war. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, check out my previous episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Shout out to the war in Cali, man. That was a crazy situation, but blessings to everybody involved. Make sure y'all tap in with the Warren Cali. Give him a like, comment, subscribe, everything he has going on. Notification bell, red dots to the left. You know the rest. Y'all know how that go. You feel me? Let's see.
YouTube chicks.
Oh boy, here we go, you guys. It's finally here, the long-awaited interview between DJ Academics and Charlemagne. After 3 weeks of going back and forth with each other, crashing out, revealing text messages, and also behind-the-scenes private phone calls, both sides finally decided to sit down and talk it out with each other, which I actually enjoyed. I think everybody in hip-hop that has an issue with each other should sit down face-to-face and hash out your issues. A lot of times you get to finding out that is just miscommunication. Now, if you guys haven't watched the full interview, you guys can go watch it on Academics' main YouTube page and also Charlemagne's page. Now, let's get to the actual interview. Yesterday, the
DJ Academics and the Charlemagne interview is crazy. And I'm going to knock it down later on, but that shit is far off.
Academics went on stream to give fans a little teaser. He said, yo, it was a great conversation, but I got Charlemagne 9-3. Charlemagne was able to get me for 3 rounds. However, I was able to get him for 9. However, if you guys go watch the full interview, it pretty much felt like a Q&A of theories versus reality. Now, a lot of times as YouTubers and streamers, you sometimes forget that you're talking to yourself. Now, let me explain that to you guys.
Yeah, definitely forget that you're talking to yourself.
Take Academics, for example. Act streams for about 5 hours almost every single day. Sometimes when you're streaming for that long and making content by yourself, you kind of talk yourself into believing that certain things are true. Now, sometimes you guys will ask me in the comments, Chigs, why do you stream with the guys that you stream with? Well, most of those guys have different opinions from me. It's always good to have checks and balances. Sometimes when you're making content by yourself, you might forget certain things or you might not give the full context. But if you got somebody next to you, they can kind of fill in those gaps for you. And that's exactly what it felt like watching this interview between Charlemagne and Academics. Now, first off, this whole back and forth came about because Charlemagne had some information that he relayed to Academics privately, and Academics took that information. He felt like this was a ploy or a play from Rock Nation to basically...
Now, Academics is not going to let go of the fact that he thinks that Charlemagne and God is a Rock Nation plan.
Basically divide and conquer Academics and his mans, Grand Wizard.
None of this shit. I told you like 5 different things. I said, no. Hey, they tried to bring me to deposition. You told me that. You did tell me the deposition shit. I said they tried to, like, in a roundabout way.
Like you didn't know George when I first brought George up to you. When I sent you the pictures that I sent you.
That's Grand Wizard.
No, his name is George Wynn. All right, well, when I sent you those pictures of George, you said, who is this?
Yeah,
and I said, they said, this is Grand Wizard Chat nigga. This is George Wynn, who runs Academics TV. Yeah. You was like, damn, I thought he was skinny.
It's not like we done hung out and went on vacation.
Now you're
no, that's my
you're lying.
No, that's my man.
You didn't act like that was your man when I first brought him up.
No, I
definitely didn't act like that was your man when you first brought him up.
So you showed me a picture. I said, I didn't know that's how he looks at this moment.
No, I said I got the text. You said, who is this?
No, read it.
You said, who is this?
And then you said, that's Grand Wizard. I said, he's fat? That's all I said.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Charlotte, I ain't gonna lie. What I realized is that Rock Nation got to get a little bit better with the narratives because
I don't know.
Even the divide and conquer shit.
I don't know. But that's my point. There is none. I don't feel like looking for them texts. That shit is really pointless. This isn't about Rock Nation. And I wish you would stop saying that because let's talk about us.
If I'm telling you that I know where it's coming from, cool. You're playing defense by saying it's not coming there.
If Rock Nation is coming at you, I don't have nothing to do with that.
Okay. And that's when I ask you respectfully to step to the side that we can focus on.
Now, it's not going the way they want it to go. It's not looking the way they want it to look. This situation right here. All right. The Academics Wack pack, Academics Charlemagne pack is looking like the Wack pack.
Desiree and Jay-Z.
Now I'm not going to do that
because now when Grant hit me, I'll be like, of course, take the gloves off with them too.
No,
like, we don't want to get at Charlemagne. No, Charlemagne,
but
get him out of here.
But why did the gloves come off for me to begin with,
Charlotte? Because in the way of how you deliver the information, you want to frame it like it was a heads up. It was more of a, yo, the way to neutralize these guys is to get Ack away from them
that's what
by saying, oh.
That's what a guilty person would think. You're still missing my point. And I don't want you to miss my point. I don't want nobody to miss my point.
I called you, gave you some private information.
I
Regardless,
don't think that was in good faith. Because the way I call you differently.
You call me the same exact way.
Nigga, I call you, I read the email, I sent you the email. Yo, this is who's trying to do it to you, bro. Look out.
No, you didn't. You called me and you said, hey, this is the person, boom. But you knew who the person was, so that's different.
No.
Right. Charlemagne was like, I didn't know who the person was. I didn't know any of this information.
No. That time when I told you, I didn't know who the person was. When I said their name, you knew the person was. And then when you explained it, I understood. I said, oh, I seen the relation there. Okay. But I said, you do it. You do what you got to do. Yeah. But that shit it has no place on my platforms. I got nothing to talk about with it. I gave you every info I could have.
And I gave you everything I had. And guess what, Ack? I could have got more if you didn't sick your dog on me. If you didn't sick your motherfucking Australian dog on me, I probably could have got you. No, it's not.
This is manipulation.
No, it's not. Right. I'm not. And I want us. This is what I really want us to stop doing.
Because
no, listen.
In coordinates with the sit down, all right, if you really were, like, you would have still had the conversation with Desiree then and be like, hey, listen, you know, there's a lot of other people because I think you're getting caught in a crossfire when you're Desiree's Australia.
I would have told Desiree the same thing I tell everybody about.
So you would have still had that conversation. You still never did.
Listen, I would have told him the same thing. I would have told her the same thing I always tell everybody when it comes to you. I think you should sit down and have a conversation with academics. Act ain't like that. The act y'all see online that gets drunk off the liquor and wild, and that's a lot of that is performative. Have a conversation with.
So we finally get to the point in the interview.
Now, I think that there's a lot of truth in that, but I also think that academics is partially like that. I don't think that academics is all sunshine and lollipops, rainbows, and everything that's nice. I think that academics does have an extremely dark side.
Where Charlemagne flat out asked him, yo, when your mans got served and he opened up the paper, did it say Rock Nation on it? If it did, then you're absolutely correct. Rock Nation is after you guys. But if that paperwork does not say Rock Nation, you got a whole different enemy. Here's academics' response.
Have his face out there and address. Also, the pictures that Rock Nation's people took, got his whole like you literally see his house.
Let me ask you a question. When Grand Wizard gets served, because that's the other thing I'll be wondering. When he gets served, who are the lawsuits coming from? Because when y'all are pointing fingers at all of these different people, those names on those lawsuits should be the people y'all pointing at. Are those people from Rock Nation?
Yeah, but it don't work like that. So,
what you mean?
Like, this
who are the lawsuits from? Is what I'm saying.
Okay, no, I hear the question. So, you're gonna have to remember this is also casino adjacent, right? I'm telling you, every casino or some type of, it could be, if we're talking about call sheet, we're talking about poly market. If we're talking about, those are betting prediction market. If we're talking about prize picks, we're talking underdog fantasy. Those are fantasy sports. They're all doing the same thing. Like I had to deal with prize picks and underdog. Spotify got me to deal with underdog. They literally tell you we're skirting. Well, they don't say they're skirting around real laws, but they're like, when you are doing your promo, mention it this way because this is how we avoid the law. This is entire how casinos, prediction markets all happen.
That's cool. But who are the lawsuits coming from?
Okay, so I'm telling you.
And that's why they say like Prize Pick is not gambling, it's fantasy sports. They never actually use the word gambling. They call it fantasy sports.
Those are your ops.
No, I'm gonna tell you. But that's why I say Rock Nation is involved. Because
so Rock Nation is suing y'all. That's who the lawsuits are coming from.
It's not, their name is not gonna be on the lawsuit.
Why not?
So, for example, I'll give you an example.
So you think they're funding people to sue you?
Yeah, that's of course.
How can you prove that? I'm asking. I don't know.
Okay, show me. Have you read these lawsuits?
No.
These lawsuits are claiming these people said they don't have no money, yet their lawyers are going up against stakes lawyers. Who do you think is funny? That a broke motherfucker claiming they're suing $1 billion casino.
Well, it's just a civil suit. You don't need no money to file a civil suit.
There's a million motions, Charlemagne.
You don't need any money to file a civil suit.
Charlemagne, have you ever?
I can file a civil suit right now with.
You don't need any money to file a civil suit at all.
No lawyer.
Have you've been in civil suits, right?
100%, and that's how I know people.
How much?
Broke,
all right, let me ask you a
plenty
question.
of broke people can sue you.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I thought academics was going to break out the black and white. He was going to break out the paperwork, showing Charlemagne that yes, it is Rock Nation. Now, to me personally, If Rock Nation wants to sue you, I don't think Rock Nation will be hiding. I don't think they have any.
I don't think that they have anything to hide, nor do I think that they're afraid of DJ Academics to where they wouldn't just come out and say, yeah, I did it. Like, I don't think that Rock Nation is intimidated by DJ Academics in the least bit to where they wouldn't very proudly claim this body.
Reason to remain anonymous, especially when it comes to going after a page on Twitter that's been slandering them. Now, Charlamagne finally addressed his Rock Nation ties and his Rock Nation affiliation. More specifically in regards when it comes to the casino. If I was scoring this, I would definitely give Academics the point here.
I heard you say you said you think I work for Rock Nation, right?
You about to do the word, the kind of like
affiliation or whatever.
You got affiliation with them.
They're my peoples. That's a fact. I've always said. By the way, you know that I'm wearing this. This is going right back to right now. Every time you talk, it's going right.
Desiree's listening somewhere, right, or she's like, "This is probably a hidden street."
But no, I always say, you've heard me say this for years. My 4 entertainment idols in entertainment: Clarence Avant, the Black Godfather; Arsenio Hall, who I just published his book, his memoir on my Black Privilege Publishing imprint.
My man with that promo.
Charlamagne with a good promo.
P. Green,
okay,
legendary radio personality, and Jay-Z. That's no secret. I've always said that my whole career.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you why that's facetious, and this is why I wear the chain. Because I'm a huge fan of Drake before I had the chain and after I got the chain. Drake has never given me $1. Okay, yeah, he sent transportation for me to come film.
Okay, he may not have given you $1, but he definitely gave you a chain that's worth a couple hundreds of thousands, and he's spent a lot of chili on you.
Film something for his rollout. He's never gifted me like, yo, here's some money. Let me put you on paper. No, hold on. But no, that's very different. I have zero business interest. Like Drake's not hitting me like, let's go half in on this business venture. But
if he did, you would. Why wouldn't you? If he called you right now, him and I just saw him and who's Aiden just did what they got together. It's something. Or he just invested in one of Aiden's companies.
Yeah, probably,
if he did that, if he called you and did that, you would. Why wouldn't you?
But I would say it.
No, you wouldn't. And if you wouldn't, that's your business, and why you wouldn't have to. Niggas like, I would say it. I would bring it up. No, who cares? And then if you would bring it up, that's your bad for putting the public into your private. You don't have to let the world know what you got going on. That's your personal business.
Who said I didn't say it? You
never said it.
Yo, you said verbatim.
You're doing a sleight of hand here. Everybody knows.
You said verbatim. You said Wayno exposed something. No, Wayno was correcting you. Because you said out of your own mouth, I saw Charlamagne advocating for Jay-Z's casino.
He was still wrong.
How was he wrong?
He said Charlamagne wasn't there on behalf of Jay-Z. Charlamagne was there on behalf of himself because he has some financial stake in the casino. Here's the thing, bro. We looked at the what was submitted to New York State. You're not listed as some like single sole entity that is an independent person. You're listed under Rock Nation. So you're there. So what he's saying is wrong. You might be there because you have business interest in that casino, but you're under the Rock Nation umbrella.
Yeah, because there's 4 entities that were vying for the bid for the casino in Times Square. You had SL Green, which is a real estate company.
Yeah.
Because they own the building, right? The building that the casino was going to be in, which was, I think, 1540 Times Square. You had Caesars, you had Live Nation, and you had Rock Nation. Anytime you're getting involved in a multi-billion-dollar potential bid, you're going to have to come in with somebody. But like, that's just a fact. Even when I saw you reading the names, I'm like, you think everybody that's under that Caesars thing works for Caesars? You think everybody under SL Green works for SL Green?
No.
But you can look under the Rock Nation thing and see that everybody that's under Rock Nation don't work for Rock Nation.
Yeah, but they have that affiliation.
Academics don't want to hear that part though.
There's nothing wrong with.
And y'all said I didn't disclose it, but you read the disclosure.
Yeah, at least Academics not walking around with the Wack 100 fake out.
You were reading the disclosure.
I got a Cash Money chain that don't bling bling.
Disclosure form.
We had to go to a site to go. Charlotte,
it's public record.
Pull at this.
I was at town hall meetings advocating for this casino. I'm in the middle of
You advocated, but you never said, I'm doing this because I'm business-wise aligned for this casino. And also, you know why it's a got you too? It's only a got because I know you're gonna do the I kind of said it like nobody's gonna find that disclosure. Like, come.
Now, towards the end of this interview, Charlamagne gave Academics some game from an OG's perspective. He told them, hey, you don't have to purposely go out of your way to put yourself in harm's way. You don't have to constantly crash out on people. You don't have to slander people just because you don't like them. You can just be a media personality and avoid issues and being paranoid, just like you're going through right now with Rock Nation, where you feel like everything is an attack against you.
But this is when I feel like sometimes you can be a little.
Academics feels like it's him against.
And this is how sometimes
it's for sure academics against the world.
I feel like either Act doesn't truly know the severity of the things that he's saying, or maybe he just don't give a fuck and he's just a wild motherfucker. There's no reason for you to be at that concert, and I'm gonna tell you why. What happened at that concert?
Nothing.
What happened at the concert, Act?
What happened at the concert? You tell me.
They came to find you.
Yeah.
You're thinking just because let me finish.
And you're acting like I wasn't prepared for it.
Sure, but you're thinking that just
academics doing all that, but you got to be quiet and listen, big dog.
Just because
I don't know what they was gonna do.
You should, because everybody not gonna come in peace. Why get you or your team or your security, whoever? Why get them in a situation just because? You can't walk around.
Yeah, that's when Kendrick people pushed up on academics. He had to apologize low key.
Like nothing is gonna happen. It's the same thing with the Lil Baby situation. Lil Baby has one phone call with you, makes you think everything good, and then one of his mans try you. That could have been a gunshot, bro. That's the type of shit I be thinking about.
Show me.
That's true. That's very true.
You
when I call you.
My bad, y'all.
What I always say to you, Act, don't make the same mistakes I made, bro.
Inshallah.
Have I not told you that?
I agree. But one thing I'll say is that
when I call you, I want you to think about times I've called you. What I always say to you, Act, don't make the same mistakes I made, bro.
Inshallah.
Have I not told you that?
I agree. But one thing I'll say is that what I've learned about hip hop, and I don't even have a problem like admitting that those situations happen. I live my life as how this culture and my job, like it's gonna be how it's gonna be. Honestly,
it don't have to be.
I'm not saying I moved up. I definitely don't move up.
Yeah, I think a lot.
I don't move up.
Yeah, academics doesn't have to keep talking like he's Tupac, like this is false thug life.
But
even not moving them, there's no need to antagonize situations. No need to kick hornets' nest when you don't have to.
No,
have your opinion. You can have your opinion.
I'm definitely gonna move the way I like.
No, you should always move militant.
I'm gonna stand on. I'm gonna stand on that opinion. Like I don't care if you getting.
Academics is looking for an unnecessary issue. That all being said, man, I'm gonna be back later on. Chat y'all, Kiki, Jason, you missed it, bro. I'm finna get up out of here. But red dots to the left, man. Y'all know the rest. We gone. Slide.